the wife of Maher Assad, the brother of deposed Syrian President Bashar Assad, recently shocked the world with a public statement. It came just days after she fled Syria. Her unexpected action caused an outpouring of emotion and questions online. What made her take this step? How did her marriage to the most brutal member of the Assad clan destroy her own father? How did her husband, Maher Assad, get caught? And what awaits him now? Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn about these global events. Let's begin. After the Assad regime fell in December 2024, his family members scattered to different countries to escape retribution. Bashar Assad, along with his wife Asma and their children, found asylum in Moscow. Initially, Bashar wanted to seek refuge in the United Arab Emirates, like his sister Bushra, who moved there in 2012. But the UAE authorities, fearing an international backlash, turned him down. Even Bashar's relatives didn't know about his escape plans. He didn't inform his younger brother Maha Assad, the commander of an elite military unit. Maha had to find his own way to safety and fled to Iraq by helicopter. But he didn't get far. He was captured at the Syria-Lebanon border. We'll tell you more about his situation later. The biggest surprise came from Maher's wife Manal, who recently shocked the public with her Instagram post. On her page, she shared the image of the Syrian revolution flag with the caption, "Despite the will of those who betrayed their family and homeland, long live a free and proud Syria." The post, which was later deleted, unleashed a storm of emotions and questions. What made her, a member of the ruling family, take this step and completely change her stance? It is known that in her marriage with Maher, they had 2 daughters and a son. Manal also always loved horseback riding and founded her own riding club. However, her background in an opposition family raises questions. Her sister Majd is known as a fierce opposition activist. How did she end up marrying into the regime her own family opposed? Her father, Taufik Jadan, was once part of the ruling elite but fell out of favour after Hafez Assad came to power. He emigrated to England, where he went into finance and amassed a large fortune. Manal never showed much interest in politics. Unlike her sister Majd often discussed their homeland with their father, who had a significant influence on her political views. Manal once recalled, "My father used to talk to me about Syria and its political struggle. But how could Manal, with such a family background, associate her life with the most brutal figure in the Assad regime?" Manal met Maher through mutual friends when they were both 17. Although her father and sister strongly opposed the relationship, her mother and brother supported her choice. In the early 1990s, her family was allowed to return to Syria, despite past conflicts with the regime. 20 years after they first met in 2003, Manal and Maher were married. Her father couldn't stand it and died of a heart attack 10 days after the wedding. Manal's sister Majd still remembers how a furious Bashar Assad waved a knife in her face at her wedding because she dared to disagree with him. And in 2008, Majd was forced to flee Syria because of ongoing disagreements with Maher. Did Manal sacrifice her family values for power and wealth? The Assad family's rule was marked by repression, human rights abuses, and the suppression of dissent. As Maher's wife, Manal was inevitably caught up in the dark affairs of the Assad clan. Her silence and lack of a public stance drew suspicion and criticism. Her latest Instagram post looks like an attempt to distance herself from her past. But can she be trusted? She seems to be trying to save her reputation and wealth while ensuring her safety. Her public support for the new government and condemnation of those who betrayed their families and homeland is seen by many as hypocrisy and betrayal, not genuine repentance or a change of heart. How can one trust someone who was part of a repressive regime for so many years, only to suddenly switch sides and support her family's enemies? For decades, the Assad family has amassed a fortune at the expense of the Syrian people. Their wealth, accumulated through corruption and illegal schemes, angers and frustrates ordinary Syrians. As a member of this family, Manal undoubtedly enjoyed all the privileges and benefits gained dishonestly. Her husband, Maher Assad, is the youngest of 4 sons of Syrian dictator Maher Assad. He was considered the second most powerful figure in Syria after his brother and had a reputation as the most ruthless and thuggish member of the Assad family. After the eldest brother Bashar died in a car accident, many saw Maher as their father's successor. This was because one of the older brothers, Majid, had mental or psychological problems, and the other, Bashar, was seen by many as lacking the qualities necessary to lead the country. But Maher Assad chose Bashar, believing that Maher was too hot-headed to be an effective ruler. In 2008, Maha Assad led the suppression of a prison riot in Sednaya. Approximately 25 inmates were killed. Human rights organizations claim to have video evidence of Maher taking pictures of the mutilated bodies of prisoners after the riot. According to recent reports, Maher Assad was captured at the Lebanon-Syria border along with Ali Mamlouk, the head of Syria's General Security Directorate. They attempted to flee but were caught and are now being interrogated. Before his escape, Maher vowed to return and lead the resistance. But this is pure nonsense. Syria is celebrating the fall of the Assad clan. It's time to run and hide. Maher was also a valuable target for many intelligence agencies as a holder of state secrets. He had information about the secret networks of the Assad clan's Kaptagan Empire. This information made him a highly coveted prize for intelligence agencies around the world. The hunt for him began as soon as it became clear that his brother Bashar had fled to Russia. It seems Maher didn't even trust the Russians. Or maybe he thought he could get by without them, because Moscow's price for rescuing him might be too high. He didn't want to share. After all, why share when you can keep it all for yourself and disappear into obscurity? That's what his older sister Bushra did when she moved to Dubai and has lived there peacefully since 2012. The Assad family owned numerous accounts in Swiss banks, as well as real estate and businesses in various countries, including Romania, the United Arab Emirates, Austria, and Argentina. International experts note that recovering the funds stolen by the Assad family for the reconstruction of Syria will be a difficult task. For example, of the $54 billion accumulated by Muammar Gaddafi's regime in Libya, it has so far managed to get a measly $12 million for a mansion in London and $100 million from accounts in Malta. There is hope that Syrians will be able to recover more from the Assad clan's accounts to rebuild their country. What do you think of Manal Assad? Is her Instagram post a genuine statement or an attempt to curry favour with the new government? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.